Hi everybody, so it's release day and I'm so excited to show you what we've got for you. It's not just stamps this time, it's also some other new products which we've not brought to you before. So that's really good, and we've also been working away behind the scenes to try and come up with a way to be able to send our stamps and products to our friends in Europe. So we are working away at that still, and we hope that we will be able to sort that out for you so that you're able to order from us really soon. I'm sorry for the delay with that. I need to make sure that it's something that works for both you and for us. So I'll keep you posted on that one. But we'll start off by showing you the A6 stamps first of all from this release. So the first one is called Born to Create, and this set is perfect not only for your cards but also for your art journaling, mixed media and different projects like that. So it's got quite a sizable text background, which I've actually typed the text out, so it is actually proper words, and you can read it, but it's not necessarily meant to be read. It's just meant as a background piece. So that's that part, and then you've got this part here which actually works really well either as a border, or you can repeat stamp it to create a background, or just as extra little elements on your cards or makes. And then the two sentiments say, a day without creativity is like, just kidding, I have no idea. And this one here says, born to create, forced to work. So this set really is complementing all your other sets, works well with those, but also for like I say, mixed media and art journaling and stuff like that. So that's Born to Create. The next A6 set is Hello Happy, and this has got a big hello and a big happy on there, and then the smaller parts are actually meant to go alongside either or of those. So just wanted to say hello, just wanted to say hello to my favourite human, hello lovely lady, hello from us all. You know, there's different ways that you can mix them up, or you make me happy, or happy looks good on you, or happy to call you my friend. So there's lots of different possibilities there, and it's not just your standard there is anniversary, birthday or Christmas, so you could say happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy Christmas, but there's also the other kind of different sentiments that work for lots of different occasions, or just because kind of card. So that's a really useful set, and again it works well alongside your other stamps from us as well. Next we have Hey Beautiful, again an A6 set. So it's got some florals on here, some kind of scribbly sketchy florals, some foliage and a butterfly, and there's also a couple that just have a solid portion as well. So if you want to just stamp the solid portion and then over stamp with the butterfly in this case, or the flower here, you can, and also it works with the berries as well. So this does work, so this stamp would work for example on its own, but you can also use it to build up a bigger bouquet if you like, or you could add the foliage to the flowers or different things like that. And then the sentiments just very simple, very straightforward. Hey, with love, congratulations, happy birthday, thank you and hello. And obviously because of the way I've designed them, you can actually stamp them out and it looks like black with white text on. It almost looks like one of those labels. So that's a really good one to be creative with, and I'll just show you. So I've used the bigger stamp here and just stamped it a couple of times to create a bit of a bouquet, and then I used the double portion with the butterfly. So I've stamped, but in different colours, the background part, and then over stamped with the sketchiness. So really fun set to play around with, and don't just think, oh, it's just flower. You know, you can really build up some massive bouquets and different things with that, so it's really useful. So that's that one. And then possibly the one that's been one of my favorites from this release is Batty About You. Now, as you probably know, I don't do kind of generic, I've never done like a Halloween set, and I've only very occasionally released a set that is specific to, for example, Christmas or different things like that. So this is a bit of a change for me, but I wanted to do some bats. Of course, the bats, I've done it so that it doesn't have to be for Halloween. So if you just want to put a bat onto a card for somebody who's perhaps got a birthday, or for somebody that's, you know, for a nighttime style card, different things like that, then this is really good. But equally, it does have the little happy Halloween here, and it does have the spider's web and the witch's hat and so on, just so that you can make the Halloween cards if you want to. So like I say, we've got the two different bats here. This one's hanging upside down by its boots from the branch. You've got the little witch's hat. You've got the spider's web and two different spiders there. You've got some little stars, and then it's got the sentiments say spooktacular, yes you are, freaking fabulous, yes you are, Batty About You, and boo as well. So it's a really fun set to play with, this one, and I just want to show you. So I've done this card here, and although it kind of looks Halloweeny because of the colours I've used and because of the way I've done it, and obviously spooktacular suggests that kind of thing, it could equally, it's a cute bat, so it could be used all year round really. So that's quite fun, and yeah, this is a bit of a clue as to something that might be coming up in a moment. So that's Batty About You. The next one is an A5 set, so that was 4 A6 sets in total for this release. And the next one is Merry and Bright. Again, as I said about the Halloween set, I don't tend to make sets that are specific to one occasion. So I don't like you spending your money on a Christmas set when you can't use it the rest of the year. So I like to try and do it so that in a way which means that it can be useful to you. So in this one, you've got the ring, which is on its own, and you can either turn that into a bauble, for example, by adding these portions, so this hanger at the top, the bauble bit at the bottom. You can decorate it with the holly or so on, or you could also turn it into a snow globe, so you can have the circle and you can pop this bit at the bottom and stamp it on the bottom, and it looks like a snow globe. So if I just show you, so this one isn't coloured, but I just wanted to give you an idea. So that's it as a bauble. So using the big circle part, and I've used the holly, and I've used the top part as well there, and I've just decorated it, and the sentiments are in such a way that you can put them around a curve if you want, either at the bottom of the snow globe or around the circle part. So they're really it's really fun set to play with. It means that you're the designer, you get to choose what you want to use from the set and how you want to do it. So we've got some trees here which work really well with the gonk or gnome, whatever you want to call it. So you can build up a scene, you could build it up into your snow globe, you could equally use them separately, you could use the ring just for general cards, you could use them as a basis for a wreath and maybe use the flowers from our other set and turn it into a wreath. You could use the holly and make it a holly wreath. Also, I've put a smaller circle in here, so it could actually be bubbles. So there's lots of different ways. The teddy bear here, again, I've drawn him just as he is, so a teddy bear can be any time of the year. It could be a teddy sat in a bubble. If you've got our Bubblicious set, this could work really well with it on a bigger scale. So that's the teddy bear, but also I've put in the antlers, which you could pop onto the gonk's hat, or you could put the antlers onto the teddy bear to make it more Christmassy. So there's lots of different variations with this set. It's really, really fun to play with, and I hope that you'll find it useful, not just for Christmas, but also for other times of year. And I just wanted to give you an example. So this is one where I've actually turned the circle into a bauble. I've popped the top on the bauble there, and I've used the gonk and the trees and just coloured in a nice Christmassy scene there. So that's a nice Christmas one. But then equally, I've used one of our paper pads, and I've just used the bear and popped the bear on there, so that is totally not Christmas. So just to sort of give you some different ideas, so always think outside the box. So that one's Merry and Bright. Next we have Swinging By. So these little cuties are all sat on their swings, but what I didn't want to do is pop the ropes for the swings on each of them, because that means you get a lot less in the set by the time you allow for those ropes. So what I've done is I've put two different options here if you don't want to draw your own, but you know, if you feel inclined, it's very easy just to use a ruler, for example, and just draw your own line in to add the ropes for the swings, or you can use the ones that I've provided. With some of them, you might just need to mask it off. It might be easier to draw your own in, for example, with this one, because you don't just want to stamp it straight over the top of your character. So we've got a teddy bear, a moose, or reindeer. So again, this one could be Christmassy if you wanted it to be. You could maybe have it hanging on a swing where the holly is what the swing's hanging from, or something like that. You've got a koala, a rhino, and then 3 little elephants all in different positions. And then the sentiments say, be wild for a while, swinging by to say have a lovely day, or swinging by to say hope you're okay, or just hello. But again, I've drawn them as as though they're swinging and they're on swings, but I've also used them in different ways. So don't always think outside the box. Like I said, with this one here, I've used our flower set, and then I've just used a koala, but I've turned him upside down and cut him down and tucked him into the flowers. So there's lots of different ways you can use the set in a different way, so it doesn't always have to be about being on the swing. So for example, this one here, I've actually done a card where I've turned him up that way, and I've turned it into a flagpole and made it look like he's carrying a flag. So there's lots of different ways of doing this. Also, you can cut away the swing portion, and I've actually had him so that he's sleeping on top of a rainbow or on top of a sentiment square or something like that. So again, think outside the box. Obviously these guys have got their little wellies on, so if you wanted to make this one Christmassy by colouring his wellies in red or glittery or something like that, you're automatically going to make it feel a bit more Christmassy. And I just thought I'd show you here. So this is the koala coloured up, and I've used the vine type stamp here and stamped over the top. So that one's quite easy. You can just literally pop a post-it note or something along here to block up, to just mask off, to make sure that you don't over stamp onto the swing, and then just stamp those bits in. For this one, I've just literally used a ruler, popped the ruler down, and then just used a black fine liner pen just to draw where I want it to be, and obviously missing out the teddy's ear, and have it so that it's going through its hand. So lots of different options with that set as well. That's swinging by. Okay, the next one we've got is Hustle and Heart. I love this set. It is really versatile, really good for backgrounds, really good for your art journaling, mixed media pieces. There's lots of little accent stamps. These foliage stamps are great for building up wreaths and borders and different things. Then you've got the alphabet here going vertically down the page and horizontally, so that's good for creating borders or just corners of your cards or different things like that. The main stamp is obviously the text heart. Again, it's readable, and I've typed the words in, so they're kind of positive, nice words. That works great for just literally stamping that and then popping a little character maybe on next to it. So there's lots of different options with that one. And then the sentiments, again, these are really sort of general sentiments, and they've also got a little bit of sort of splatter just to make them a bit more kind of rusticy, a bit kind of grungy, so that it works really well with your mixed media projects. So we've got here, the bravest thing you can be is yourself, think less, live more, hustle and heart is what sets you apart, be a nice human, and in the middle of my chaos there you are, and it turns out I like you a lot more than I originally planned. So that's a really good set, and like I say, it works well on its own, but it also complements the other stamps as well. Obviously, I'll be sharing lots of inspiration of how I've used these stamp sets over the coming days, so you'll get to see what we've actually done with these. Now, lots of you eagle-eyed people will have seen on my Instagram account and Facebook that I popped a video up showing this particular set. Now, I've been wanting to do this one for a little while, and it's really difficult to try and come up with something where you can be the, well, I say it's difficult. I actually quite enjoy the challenge of coming up with a way where you can change, you can be the designer, you can choose what you want to put on your card, how you want to stamp it. So for this one, it's all about the windmill. So it's called Windmill Warriors, and you've got the base of the windmill, which is very plain, and it enables you to colour it up in any way you want to. And then you've got lots of different, so you've got six different blades to the windmill, if you like, and you can choose which ones you want to use. Now, if you wanted to do a flat card, it would mean masking out, stamping your blades first, and then masking those in order to stamp the windmill. But when we're talking about masking, it doesn't mean you need to fussy cut all the characters. You only need to, the blades are actually all the same size, so all you need to do is cut four post-it notes to that size, and just literally stamp those. Just pop a little bit of masking tape over each of those, just the ends, and then stamp your building so that it looks like the blades are at the front. So it's actually quite simple. Or if you want to, you could do what I've done and actually cut them out separately. So I've stamped the main part of the windmill, and then I've coloured these in individually and cut them out so that I can actually make a moving windmill. So there's lots of different fun ways you can use them. You've got an elephant there, a tiger, a bear hanging on, and then a bear's bottom. Well, maybe it's a bear, could be anyone's bottom, I guess. And a rhino and a sloth. So you can pick which 4 of those you want to use, or you could put as many as you wanted round. You don't have to have a 4, you know, windmill with 4 blades. And then we've got some other sort of little accent pieces. These circles here, I actually designed to stamp a centre, if you like, for the windmill, for it to turn around. So if I show you on this example, I've just used the stamp part underneath this brad. I actually used this one here and just coloured it in myself. So just pop that over the top of your blade. So it's a really fun interactive set, this one, and it allows you to sort of be creative and decide exactly how you want to do it. And like I say, any masking you need to do should be fairly simple if you just literally want a flat card and you just want to mask off the end of these blades. And then the sentiments say, the world is spinning day after day, keep your head up and smile every which way. The end of one journey is the beginning of the next, and so the adventure begins. Life is a journey, enjoy the ride, hold on, stay strong. And then this one here says, what goes around comes around. And then you've got some little accent ones as well. These little foliage bits here, they were designed so that you can actually use them around the door of your windmill, if you like. So if we go back to the sample, you can see I've used that foliage around here. I've used a stencil on the background to create the stone effect of this one. This is actually a Funky Fossils stencil. And then I've cut the blades out, like I say, and then all I've done is cut the little circular bit out, pop the brad through, so that it means that you can actually turn the windmill like so. So it's a really fun one to play with, that one. So that's Windmill Warriors. Okay, and next we have some stencils. Now, I've never brought stencils to you before, but I've been wanting to for a while. So I'll just run you through the designs quickly. So we've got this one, which is a grid, and you may recognise this because actually it's quite familiar. It's quite familiar if you've got any of our newer paper pads. So if I show you on here, it kind of mirrors. So there's some quite nice ways of pairing up if you've got the paper pad, using the stencil with that as well. So that one's quite a fun one to use. I've also used that one quite a lot with our science set because I kind of feel like a grid is sort of complements that style well. Then we've got this one, which is just random circles. Looks plain and boring, but actually I really like doing this kind of effect. And then maybe you could stick your characters, for example, on the front here. So just by doing it in the greens and blues to make it look like grass and sky, you can then pop your character on, and it looks quite effective like that. So that's the random circles. We then got scallops, however you say it. So this one again is really fun for you to play with. If you do, you could do different colours on each of them. You could do some, I've done some where I kind of foiled through a couple of them and made it a nice background pattern. This one I'll show you. I've got here where I've used different greens and blues, and I've also stamped through a little bit. So that one's a really fun one to play with. I've then got the sketchy heart. Again, great for creating backgrounds. I do like the ones that have got a bigger open space so that you can kind of be creative within that aperture. So that one's good for that. And then I've got this one here, which you actually get the mask as well from the circle. So it's got the circle, and then if I just show you an example. So that's that one. Just used rainbow colours through that, so it creates a good circle. Again, it's great for stamping through, great for stenciling over the stencil, which is what I've done here with the next one actually. So this is the script stencil, and what I've done is I've left this stencil in place and popped this one over the top in order to pop the text on the top there. So that's a nice way of using that one. And then you may have already seen sneak peeks of this one, but I needed to do a rainbow, obviously, because that's our signature style there. So I didn't want to have the lines kind of connecting, so this one is a little bit floppy, so you might need to use a bit of extra masking tape to hold it down, or I tend to use magnets on a magnet board and just pop magnets really close here and then maybe in the middle, and just be a little bit careful. You might need to just pop your finger around so that it's not too floppy when you're popping stuff through, but it works really nicely. And then there's a second
part. Well, it's standalone stencils, but they work really nicely together. So this one's got like the detail, so you can overlay on top of the rainbow with some extra detail. So if I show you an example here, so I've used the original rainbow stencil to do the inking, and then all I did was I popped this one down. So I took the rainbow one away, popped this one down. It overlays quite nicely. It doesn't have to be exact anywhere. And then all I used is some Sizzix 3D glue, and then used their foil sheets and just foiled the top leather. You could use this one on its own if you wanted to. You could use both together. You could use, for example, you could ink the top stripe there, and then use the dots for the middle one, and just kind of mix and match those two. So they complement each other really well. So that's all our stencils, and again I will show you lots of different ways I've used those in the coming few days. And then lastly, we've also got some washi tape for you. So if I show you first of all how the washi tape comes, so we've got 2 different sizes. So both have 10 meters on a roll, and this one is 15mm and this one is 25. Oh, actually I just need to double check that. Let's make sure that I'm not telling fibs. So yeah, 15mm for that one, yes, and 25mm for that one, but both 10 meters on the reel. So we've got different designs that complement our range of stamps and papers and so on. So if I just show you, so that's how it will come to you, each of them, and then there's different ways you can use them. I'll show you the different designs first of all. So we've just got a black one with white hearts on it. We've got black one that's got white sentiments on it. So they're really good if you want to have some sentiments ready to go. You can stick that along some card, cut the card out and cut them down so that you've got some ready-made sentiments ready to pop on your cards, or you can use them in the reel obviously, or down the side of your cards, or however you want to. This one's quite plain, but it works really nicely down the side. I like to have sometimes just a portion down the side of your card just to add a bit of interest. Then we've got the rainbows. So just a plain rainbow in the 15mm, rainbow with text. This one here with the similar kind of designs like you see on our stamps. Then we've got this one that almost looks a bit animal-y, but all with rainbow backgrounds, so they work really nicely together. And then we've got some words, some scripty type words. Again, these work really well if you want to just stick them onto some card and have them ready to go onto your projects. And then we've got some hearts and rainbows there, and some more sentiments at the bottom there. And then the 25mm ones, we've got the grid again, which you'll recognise from our paper pad. So that works really nicely together. So if you've got the paper pads, you might like to pop the washi tape in as well. And then we've got some more sentiments there, a kind of mixed media looking piece that's got the grid in the background, some stitching, some text, different things. Plain rainbow one, and then 2 different texts. So this one's really, really pale pink and black with white text. And then this one here, again 15mm, it's got the alphabet kind of grungy style, which works good, works really well if you're wanting a vertical line of tape on your cards, maybe down the side of a greetings card or something like that. So lots of different designs to choose from. I've absolutely loved playing with these. They're really fun to play with. And if I just want to show you how I've used some here, so you can see for this one, it's a work in progress, but I've used the washi tape on the background, and I've actually managed to line it up roughly so that the rainbow continues all the way down. And then I've used the washi tape and just popped it onto some card there to put the sentiment on, so you can just literally mount that onto a black card, and it works really, really well. So lots of fun ways of using the washi tape. So I think that's it for the moment. I hope you really enjoyed the release. I'm so excited to show you. I've been really busy trying to make some really gorgeous samples to show you how to use all the different stamps and stencils and so on. So I'll be looking forward to showing you those over the coming days. But thanks for watching. Hope you like it.